And now I realize there may be other guys. I'll never compromise. I've tried 1,000 tries, and now I realize I've tried 1,000 tries. And there may be other guys. I'll never compromise. And now I realize there may be other guys. There may be other guys. There may be other guys. I'll never compromise. There may be other guys. There may be other guys. There may be other guys. And now I realize.
Doing it.
I'll never compromise. Yo. I've tried 1,000 tries, and there may be other guys. I'll never compromise, and now I realize I've tried 1,000 tries, and there may be other guys. I've tried 1,000 tries. I've tried 1,000 tries. I've tried 1,000 tries, and there may be other guys. I'll never compromise, and now I realize there may be other guys. I'll never
We're starting soon.
compromise. I've tried 1,000
Yo, Cat.
tries, and now I
Let's see Crystal.
realize I've tried 1,000 tries.
Alley, Cat.
and there may be
Yo.
other guys. I'll never compromise, and now I realize there may be other guys. I'll never compromise. I've tried 1,000 tries, and now I realize.
DJ Pat, get started. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of The Guys Next Door. We got a lot of new viewers here. Shout out to the first time viewers on this Monday talk show that we're doing for NBHD. Thank you for being here, and you're in for a treat. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 5. This milestone proves people are actually putting up with all of this nonsense we're doing, Pat. So we made this far, and let me tell you, surviving 5 episodes in this podcast universe is like, winning a marathon without breaking a sweat. And believe me, I know that because I don't do marathons, right?
Yeah.
So
We're trying to run like a mini media company with NBHD on Sunday, and it's crazy enough to put up a live talk show on the Monday. So I don't know where this is going, but
Well,
I sure wish we can keep going.
yeah,
And yeah.
crazy is the right word. So we're all crazies here. So, uh, yeah, to your point, I hope this goes more episode. And the thing about this, we're having fun. So I think we'll still be doing it. But let's take a moment first to take a moment to appreciate our amazing listeners, the unsung heroes who stuck with us through all the bad jokes, questionable tangents, and that one episode that will look like a deer in the headlight. We have no clue what's happening. So thank you so much. Your support has been very reliable, more reliable than Gus being not late on the show. So Gus is late again, so he's gonna be coming in very soon. So wait for that. And again, we'd like to thank our community for being the wind beneath our wings. You laughed with us, you shared moment with us, and even really forgiven us for all those nonsense that we've been talking about the last few episodes. So let's celebrate episode 5 together. We got a treat for you guys. We got 2 guests. That's gonna be, I think the discussion is gonna be amazing. Conversation is gonna be hopefully spicy, and yeah, hope we get more fun with these. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of fun with these guests of ours. So, welcome, guys. Welcome to the guys next door, where talk is cheap and the laughs are priceless. All right,
Yahoo!
we got the guests already in the backstage. They're waiting. Hi, Ali. I saw Ali's been patiently waiting there.
I
We'll
think
get
Shannon came in, but maybe reconnecting at some point.
yes. So
We'll get him in. Yeah, we'll
hang in
get him in.
tight there, ladies. We're just gonna go to our segments and then we'll introduce you. So, Pat, DJ Pat, before we start, how's your weekend?
Well, well, first of all, I hope Gus can make it. I know he had car problems this morning. So I think he was somewhere on I-75. Car broke down. Well, he knows it might happen. And it was snowing and cold this morning. So I hope he can recover and
Oh,
pull it off and come back. But anyway, my week was all right. Finally able to stream again last Thursday for
nice.
help and hope for sound sticks. Um, I booked a Thursday morning, which I used to do anyway, and
That's great.
had a great time playing techno. Couple hours only, but that was an amazing raid train. They're now up to 100 and something artists. I think if you
Oh,
are not familiar, we are gonna share that with you pretty soon on the chat. But help and hope for Soundsticks so far has been tremendous in helping him with his problems.
right.
Um, yeah, that was great. Friday, a lot of high school basketball is back. So
Nice.
that's if you don't know, that is one of our passions here at the guys next door. It's difficult to mix sports and Twitch into one talk show, but you'll get a lot of sports this evening when we talk about the beyond and neighborhood topics that we have for you. But yeah, the weekend was great. It was great to see the neighborhood raid train Sunday. Um, we have a couple of favorites in there that are back. What stood out to you, Mr. Coops, Sunday?
Well, again, NBHD recruitment, also known as Boy G, have done a fabulous job of getting the streamers. It's always been a hype. At noon, MC2J man. I'm not sure if anybody here haven't watched MC2J man. That guy is a hype. He's a firecracker. He can't just stop moving. If you see him stop, there's something wrong with him. So, and if you watch one of any of his streams, he's crazy. I love him.
Guess
Always
what?
having back.
We got footage of
Oh, there you
MC2J
go.
Man. So this is a roll. So we gotta mute ourselves. Last week we had tech problems a lot with our A roll B roll. Hopefully this works. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Come on. Let me see him. Come on. 3,
Oh
2,
my
1.
God.
Let's go.
Look at him. Look at him. And that's for 60 minutes.
That-
Did you notice him scratching with his pinky finger?
I like it when he. I don't know if you guys saw one of the things he does there. He actually. I don't know if it's a redemption, but he actually goes back behind the bed and kind of do a humping motion on the bed. I tell you, that guy is crazy, but it's crazy fun, right?
I don't know where he gets his energy, but I'm all for it. I'm there for the show. And I called him a legend, and he is a legend.
Right. Yeah. So good. Another thing that stand out. Good to have the Salem Halloween Girls back. Two teenagers from Salem that plays house music. If you are not following those ladies, please do so. They are great. Yes, Ilkat. We all want to take MC2J Man. So he actually watch out for him. He actually comes on the show and always asks us during the show what's the Tagalog word for the day. So I always give him something that's gonna be fun.
Hopefully, he
And
drops by today and gives us a quiz.
MC2J Man will drop by on your stream. If the MC2J Man did not drop by on your stream, there's something wrong, right? Because he always drops by, no matter what.
Well, he does. He does. Definitely does.
Yeah. Judd C is back after a long while on NBHD, so that's great. We got Shannon Rocks, who we're gonna be introduced later on. She rocked NBHD as always. We got Capra, Soundstick. So again, we will show you some sort of what we're doing to help out Soundsticks. We asked him to join the train. Hopefully, we can help out. We shared a donation link for his charity. So great to have him on the train. Koshka, though, I will say Tech House, 100%. I love her. Although I kind of what they call moonlight in and out of her because I was
You were
mod-
busy. You
Yeah.
were busy. You
I
were
were
mod.
modding somewhere else.
You were
so-
you were in both streams. So
Yes,
multitasking is one of the things of Twitch that you got to get used to.
yeah. We all do multitask, right?
I'll talk about Grace because let's do a bias free without you having to talk about her. Um, she was on the other raid train, the Oosh raid train, and she was
Mighty
also
Yush,
on
yep.
NBHD. Difficult to pull off a 2 hour set with between two raid trains, but she pulled it off. I think there's some sort of viewership record there. Like she was on I have this widget on my iPhone where you can see the top 4 viewers, streamers at that particular point, and she was number 2. So obviously I was there, and what a great set. You as a team, you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
NBHD raid train, like Boy G said, is particularly meaningful when Grace is streaming. Hopefully the whole gang of NBHD
Bring 'em
OGs can
back.
do it at one single time.
Hey guys, we used to do it just us when we started NBHD. So let's get everybody back on the Sunday show, right?
Yes, we should do that, and I'm looking forward to that. Ruben Rockwell, what do you think?
He played a great set. Also, I think he went for 3 hours. I was done after 2 because I was sick yesterday. Well, I was sick the whole weekend. I actually drove to New York City to pick up my son. Still sick, but now I'm recovering. So I slept early yesterday for a change.
Just needed a recovery day. Yeah. Who we well we also have something going on that we haven't talked about. We forgot last week to talk about our Christmas special, right?
Right.
We have a 12 Days of Christmas
Right.
NBHD version that's going on, right?
Right. So just to give you what's NBHD 12 Days of Christmas, we do this every year. So every DJ play one day on the song, one bird they pick, and then you can play anytime as long as you have the day. And then right now we're on the 12th day. DJ Big Dad is playing, so we're gonna rate out to him later. So right now we are on the 8 minutes of milking. All right.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome.
All right. So that's what's happening on um NBHD Sundays. Now, without further ado, let's get our guest on the stage and let them introduced.
Yes.
All right.
Hi.
You're
You
on
There we
guys
the
hear
go.
me?
Hey, we hear you,
We
Allie.
can hear you.
Okay,
Allie.
good. Oh my god, my laundry's like right here.
All right.
Don't look.
That's
That's
all right.
fine.
Keep it
That's
there.
fine. You want me to pull out mine? I got a ton.
Pillowcase.
You must have a ton from all the shows you do.
Let me just kick
Okay.
it out the way. I didn't realize it. It's okay. It'll be
Hey,
part,
Shannon.
part of our thing.
How's
Welcome
everyone
in,
doing?
Shannon.
Shannon.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
All right. So let me
Don't
just
bother me.
let me just get them proper introduction in this too, right? I will start first with Shannon Rock's music. She's the queen of the House of Shannon, and you have to check her Instagram because she's a social media extraordinaire. Outside of Boy G doing the reels, I always want to see what Shannon is going to do on Instagram. The promos, oh my god, I always love her promos. The one I think the best one I can remember right, is when she's first an NBHD. She did the photocopier, and that came out. That was awesome. So, guys, please welcome Shannon Rock's music. Hey, Shannon, how's it going?
Doing well. Doing well. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I got to step up my Instagram now.
No, what you're doing is perfect. You have to match Boy G though. Boy G's doing a lot of reels. He's my real guy right now. I don't know if you've seen all of those, right?
Boy G's killing the game.
Well, thank you for jumping in to our show.
No worries. No worries.
And our next episode is Ali Ilkat. How are you?
Hi. Doing well.
We call her the 8
The,
8 queen or the Ocho Ocho queen.
the
That's
Ocho Ocho
the
queen.
because for all Filipinos, you know what Ocho Ocho is. We might get a glimpse of her doing the Ocho Ocho later. I'll see if I'm gonna ask her, but
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
yeah, that's it. Okay, if you don't know, she's official DJ of the Mission Pro Wrestling. Is that right?
Yes. So
That's
Mission
cool.
Mission Pro Wrestling is an all women's wrestling promotion that I DJ for. I've been with them for over 3 years. It was actually started by Thunder Rosa from AEW. And that's been my family's, and I just love the whole idea of putting women's wrestling out. And a lot of the women that wrestled on there are now on WWE and on AEW, and
Nice.
they got big contracts. So it was great to see a lot of those girls grow.
That's awesome. I love wrestling. Well, I would say wrestling back in the 80s, right? After that, I didn't follow. But do you like to wrestle?
Do I? I'm so dainty. I always think about it. I'm like, maybe I should go to wrestling school, but then I'm like, nah, I don't wanna get hurt. They really do get hurt, you guys. I know wrestling is fake, but
Yeah.
the injuries are real.
No, wrestling's fake. Nah.
Because when I go backstage, they're like,
Yeah,
That's not true.
Yeah.
ah."
That's awesome. Well, how's that crowd there? It must be electric, in that environment when you
Oh,
DJ.
it's so much fun. I love the crowd, and it's a lot of the people get invested into the story, and then you also invest in the crowd too, and you become part of the story as well.
That's
So
awesome.
it's amazing. It's fun, and I get to play whatever I want.
Oh, that's great. All right. So again, thank you guys for joining. But we 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 want we want to kind of let the viewers know more about you guys. I'm going to start with Shannon first, right? Shannon. So how did you start with Twitch?
Well, my Twitch days started technically when it was just in TV, but I was a viewer for 7, 8 years before I even jumped into a chat room, and then the pandemic hit and everyone was going on Twitch, so I'm like, let's just turn the camera on.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, the what we've got going on right now is not my first Twitch rodeo. Just the only one that actually made it out of the gate.
That's awesome. Well, it's awesome to have you doing what you love. But how did you start with? How do we, NBHD? Just curious. I think I know, but I want to let the viewers know how did you start with NBHD?
I got in this circle from Grace, formerly known as DJ Grace.
Awesome.
As I'm flipping through the different, DJs, what she had going on caught my eye. I think it was you, Mr. Coops. The first time I was on there, you're like, oh, and you can control the lights, and I'm like, what? And so I kind of came in through the Grace route.
Nice. That's awesome. How about you, Ali? Just question. How did you get into NBHD?
Grace. I think it was the same thing. I was scrolling through and I was
Mhm.
like, oh, another Filipina, she's DJing.
Oh, so Grace, both of you got on NBHD. So
I
shout
think
out
so.
shout out Grace for finding this awesome family for us to meet on NBHD. That's great. So I know Ilkat outside of DJing on a wrestling match. I think I know what I answer, but could you tell the viewers what do you do outside of Twitch? I think I know.
So I'm an RN, like typical
Filipino?
Filipino registered nurse. I work in outpatient surgery, and I'm a charge nurse for hemodialysis. So I do that as my full time Monday through Friday, and then I pick up shifts for dialysis, and then I DJ on the weekends. Usually like for events, festivals, lounges, and now I started to do weddings. It's pretty new, but
How
I'm
is that?
diving into weddings. So far, so good. I did my first wedding about 2 weeks ago, and it turned out great. And then other than that, like I'm a family person, so I'm always traveling. I'm always hanging out with my family. I strive to be the best tita or auntie ever to all my nephews and nieces.
That's awesome. Shannon, I always wonder what you do because on your Instagram you always see I'm gonna sneak out and do this either in the bathroom, on the hallway, or in the parking lot. So can you tell us, if you don't mind, what do you do outside of Twitch?
I manage a IT support desk. Very glamorous.
AMS, IT support then. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I know exactly what that is because I'm on the IT. So
It's the end of story.
you know what? So
There's nothing exciting about it.
So if you look at a lot of Shannon's Instagram, you will see. I always wait for them because wherever I am, if I sort of pass up, um, uh, if I see that, I have to take a look at it. I have to say, oh, what is she doing right now? Where is she? So I have to take a look at this. And at some point, I remember in one of your stream, I was lurking. Did you say you want to be a stand-up comedian at some point? Is that true?
It's not that I want to be a stand-up comedian, but I believe that is an achievable challenge.
It
Not
is.
not not as a day job, but as a one-time challenge.
Oh, I would want to see that chance because when you're streaming, also the things that you throw during your stream on your Not on NBC, because NBC you're focused. You're just jamming. But on your regular set, if you watch Shannon on her regular set, she will throw this things that will really make me laugh. Like for me, she can really be a stand-up comedian because it's great. Just was to let you know, I think you have a career there. Just coming from me. And I love watching stand-up comedy.
All right. Well, there's one vote number one. Thank you for that.
All right, so you guys want to vote for Shannon to do one time Twitch stream a stand-up comedy. I will put that on NBHD Raid Train.
Let's do it.
I will put that. So just let me know when. I will promote
Shannon,
the shit out.
challenge for you.
Yeah. So just let me know.
Huge
You
challenge.
you have a platform to do that.
I will let you know.
All right.
I got something for Ali that's
Yeah.
related to stand up because the way you engage the the people on the platform, you kind of use the Filipino culture as your subset of what you do on Twitch. Obviously you do R&B and stuff and house and stuff. What's your influence in trying to integrate the Filipino culture into your sets?
Man, I think our culture alone is it's funny. Like the stuff that the way I was raised, the way my family is, like everything is funny. And I just love to incorporate that and teach people how the Filipino culture is. Like especially my mom. Just like Joko, I always talk about my mom on stream because she really is that crazy. Like the way she gets mad, even up to now, I'm almost 40 and she gets upset with me. Like, Alison, what is that noise in the back? Like, she talks like that to me, and I love to incorporate.
That's very Jokoy, but we don't have to pay the $100. We can just go to Ilcat's stream.
Yeah.
It's funny enough.
She's just like Jokoy's mom. She picks up stuff with her feet. I'm always in trouble. She still gives me directions to her house.
I think all of our moms represent Joko's mom, if you look at it, right? Because there are similarities in a lot of those. I mean, that generation, we're probably all the same age, I think, right? So our parents, like Joko's mom. Shannon, are you a fan of Jokoi?
I definitely stop every time it shows up on my Instagram reels.
Yeah. So that's why we talk about this Filipino.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one topic that he does on his stand-up comic.
It's just very relatable. So it's not just his jokes. It's like it's all of our jokes because we can all just relate to everything that he's been through.
That's awesome. Well, that's really what I want to ask on our Twitch video. But let's go to a more fun topics and. I'm glad that I have you girls here because we really want to talk about the topic this week is really more about being a lady on Twitch. So I have a few questions that relates to what are your experience finding what do you find unique about being a lady on Twitch compared to other platforms, or to your point, Ilkat, as a traditional DJ setting? Let me start with you, Ilkat.
Sorry, what was the question?
What do you find unique about being a lady on Twitch compared to other platforms, like other traditional DJ settings?
Man, that's a tough question. What do I find unique? Can you come back to me on that one? I gotta think.
Shan,
I gotta think that through. I'm so sorry.
And this probably intrigued you to doing the DJ thing on Twitch. You said this DJ is not your first gig on Twitch. So what do you think being a lady DJ on Twitch compared to other platforms?
I mean, I can't really speak of other platforms. This is, however, on Twitch, in my observations, there's different standards.
Yep.
There's different standards for, I like to do a lot of research. So I I look at the stats like y'all do on different streamers, and it's just a different dynamic of the what it takes to become, I'll use the quote unquote successful, is different for depending on whatever genders one identifies with. So, they each have their supporters and naysayers, but it's different than, say, the I'm just making sure I'm not about to offend anyone. The guys with the backward baseball caps.
Yeah, that's true. And this is a male-dominated field, right? Have you encountered any particular obstacles, and can you tell a story how you overcome them? Just because it's the male presence on a lot of this, and also with the watchers on your stream.
I mean, I can't really say because I this particular endeavor, although it's become a huge part of my life, I try not to take it that serious. So I'm not really uh, keeping track, so to speak. I'm just here to have fun, and occasionally a little spike of unexpectedness will pop up, and I'm old enough and experienced enough to figure out how to let it go. I'm
That's
just so I used to want to. I was thinking about being, if I could make Twitch like a day gig thing, but I don't really have the stomach for that.
I, let me stop you there. So that question, right? And this is for both of you. Have you guys ever thought that you're gonna that you guys have followers already and you have your community in Twitch? Have you guys ever thought about that, making this to Shannon's point of like your day job being on Twitch? And what do you think about that? You guys could do it. Could you stream 12 hours a day? What do you think about that?
I mean, physically, I could do it. Mentally, I could do it. The economics just aren't there for me.
How about you, Ilkat?
So before I answer that question, so I used to be on Mixer before Twitch. I was on Mixer
Oh,
for
yes, you are. Yeah.
yeah, I was a Mixer partner, and I did really really well on there. And once Mixer shut down, I had to either make a choice, either to go to Facebook and retain my partnership there, or just come to Twitch. Well, my community all basically went to Twitch, and this is how I ended up here. And
So Mixer pays better than Twitch.
it did, and so it was a big cut on money once you came to Twitch. But you know what? My whole community, that's when I had this mentality of, okay, I actually want to do this more for like the people that I hang out with, for my community. So when I moved to Twitch, I didn't see it as a business anymore. Like it was more of hanging out with friends and having fun and laughing and joking. So I stopped taking it serious once I went to Twitch. But then I noticed with Twitch, I was getting more discoverability, and getting more gigs, more IRL things,
Oh, that's
because of Twitch. So I'm grateful for that. But as far as business goes, I already did that before and it was great. But now, life has moved forward, and economically, it's not self-sustaining for me and my family. And I have to think about those things. And, now Twitch is just where I hang out with everybody.
Yeah, I think that's key there, having fun. But that's interesting though that you got gigs from your Twitch, right? So Shannon, do you ever get something out of your streams on Twitch, like I have to do IRL here, or I have somebody asked me to play somewhere?
Oh, I'm a rookie DJ.
You're not.
I mean, I'm a rook. I was not a DJ before I started being on Twitch. So talk to me in 6 months.
No. So all right. So let's say somebody asks you right now, I saw you on Twitch. I have a small gig, and I want you to DJ. Will you take it?
Of course I would take it.
There you go. I know you can do it. So
I think
that's the start.
Yeah, I think not only discoverability. I think record your sets. Put it on VOD and stuff. And if you're trying to get in a club or a festival or whatnot, you can show what you're doing, and it's on video. It's read body language and see how great you are in engaging you are, and that could lead to more gigs, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
if there's one thing I'm good at is documenting my journey. So I just need a really good computer and about 3 weeks of editing time because I've recorded almost everything.
Well,
Thank you for that tip.
yeah, well, put them out. So I know Urban Bandits is listening. He actually got a gig on one of the clubs in Chicago by posting the recording of. Oh, he actually used the recordings of his set as the demo, right? So you don't
Hmm.
know what who you're gonna be asking for that. So if you have everything on those, so that just keep posting. I think that to Pat's point, discoverability also help out. I do have a question for Hillcat though. So you said you were on, and I've been meaning to ask you. You are actually streaming on Kick, right?
Uh, not as much. I really pushed for it when Kick first started. And now I just do most of my gaming content on there, but I haven't really been on in a month. Like I've been really busy and with work and my health and taking care of my health. But I am verified on there, and maybe like once a month I'll get on there.
You're
A lot of my friends are on there as well, so I
What
support
what
them.
games do you play online?
Oh, I'm a shooter girl, so I play um Apex, Call of Duty. I love Phasmophobia. I love ghost hunting games. Um
All
I
right, Boy
play
G would be
Overwatch.
another. Boy G would be network. He could network with it. Boy G, who would win?
Oh,
Let's
he
put it
plays
on the poll. Who
COD.
would win a shooter game? Let's put it on the poll. Who would win a shooter game? Boy G or Ilcat?
I'm not a
Me.
big first person shooter. How about you, Shan? Did you try Kick at all? Have you tried the green side?
But I've been on Kick long enough to get an account and then log back out.
I think that's what was what other people are doing. Just reserve their name there so you can get on it. It has I see some potential, um, but I don't know. I mean, there's for me as a tech guy, they don't have an app yet, so I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna open my browser and go.
It,
But
it,
but they do have an app now.
they do, but here's the thing, like I've been burned already by Mixer. So I
Hmm.
know exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
I just tell people make your money now because everything will change. Like I don't know when, but everything will change. So just take this opportunity, get that split, and then but still keep going to the other platforms as well. Make content on every platform. Don't just like be loyal to one because you never know when it'll drop you.
Right. Um, so what is the split there? I heard it's 90-10. Is that correct?
95.5.
Whoa, better 95-5. Wow.
Yeah, but that was like Mixer before. Mixer used to have large payouts until eventually it died out
Do you,
because the people that were viewing you are streamers as well. So you're not really and I'm not hating on other people's communities, like some people are
yeah,
doing very well, but the way that I see it is everybody in the chat, they're all streaming at the same time. So there's really not much engagement.
right. And yeah, I mean, for me, Kick is again, it has potential. People are saying you're gonna get scary now. People are gonna jump from Twitch to from purple to green, right? But I have not seen that. It's been almost a year now, so we'll see. Maybe the guys next door will restream on Kick just check it,
But
right?
it's a great place to like extend your community out. Like I met people on there that don't come on Twitch.
Oh, really? Okay. So might be something to look at because most of the communities that I see there are part of the community, at least on the NBHD that I know of, on my end. 'Cause I mean, my community is small because I only have like 10 followers, so I don't really expect a lot of people to be there. But anyway, going back to the topic, right? So, like I said, as a male-dominated field, um, is there any on during your set as a lady DJ or a female DJ? Do you guys get those weird chatters or viewers that they think that it's a lady that's DJing, they could just say whatever or post whatever? Do you guys say that? And if you have any stories about it, do you have any of those? I'll ask you, Shannon, first. Do you have any of those viewers?
No, not really. I mean, I have some thoughts based on my years around the sun about that, but on our side, we've been pretty fortunate. Um, I have had folks that I recognize from Twitch who reach out on like Instagram, but as far as like in the chat, unless either that or my mods are like really really on top
Good.
of it.
I'm gonna say that also, how good your mods are, because I remembered yesterday on Grace's stream there was this one chatter who was asking her if she has tattoos and take off her shirt, something like that, ban. So automatically, I don't want my streamer, for the mods out there, you don't want your streamer to be agitated to take a look at it. Just when you see those, don't ever bother whispering, take them out. Although
That's a
sometimes,
good move.
yeah, I do. And again, Shannon, I want to take this opportunity to say sorry because I accidentally ban you on Grace's chat. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't even know it until a few days because the chat was so fast. I was clicking buttons, and then all of a sudden, Shannon messaged me, "Why am I banned?" Oh shoot, that was my bad. That was me. I'm really sorry. I was pressing a lot at that time. I was panicking, but there's a lot of like chatters. So really sorry. I will take this opportunity to ask apology from you, Dan.
Yeah, there
Apology
was a.
accepted.
I was at the again, I was at the Ali K stream. I think that was Tuesday or Wednesday, and there was a chatter. I think that this chatter was new to that channel, like, and then the chatter started commenting about the genre that was being played, and like, you know, she was trying to play techno that was more new age, and it sounded like hard style, hard house. And then this chatter was like, "This is not techno, this is hard style." And then Ali K just goes on her own rant and puts down the fader, zero music, and she was getting on this guy, and then like telling the guy, "If you want a DJ, why don't you come over? We'll all watch you. You start your own stream, and we'll all watch you." And then we never heard from the guy. So sometimes you gotta play that game too. Psychological warfare.
Yeah, and Alec, when she rants, right? So she's one that you don't want to mess up with. How about you, Ilkat? Do you have any stories to tell about some particular chatter because you're a woman said something on your chat?
I mean, I used to get it before, but like I think Alley Cat that you were just talking about, she went off on a guy, and I did that one time. I was like, "Do you want to come up here and do what I'm doing right now?"
Okay.
Like, come on, I want to hear you. I called him out, but it hasn't happened in a long time. I mainly see it at IRL gigs.
Okay, that's my okay. So how was that?
So with IRL gigs, every time I go up and there's maybe like a lineup of us playing, and I go up, the guys always kind of treat me as if I'm stupid, and I just look at them and I'm like, dude, I've been doing this longer than you. Like, I use a different setup than you, more old school than you do. But they like to act as if I'm dumb and I don't know how to connect things, and that I use the sync button, heaven forbid. But
Yeah.
but I always feel like I have to prove myself, and I've learned to just not be that way. Like, I don't have to prove anything to y'all. Like, I know where I stand, I know what I can do. And then at the end of the gig, then they're all like trying to be buddy buddy with me, and I'm just like, nah, we're
Yeah,
good.
I love it.
We're
I
not gonna
love
be
it.
friends.
Yeah. No, you can't do that. Well,
No.
yeah. Well, even on Twitch, right? So because there's a lot of DJ who started DJing on Twitch, and I think like a lot of people tend to they tend to listen more on the streamers, the female DJs before they comment, or they try to just really just say something without even listening what these people can do, right? So I mean, I see a lot of those criticism coming in because you're a lady DJ. Again, because if it's a male dominated field, I feel like, do you guys feel that you have something to prove more, or have you felt that during your stream? Because you're especially you, Shannon. I know you started on Twitch. Have you felt that you always have to prove something to the DJs, the men DJs out there?
Let me come at it from a different direction.
Sure.
Um, it's almost like I get no strangers on my stream, no randos. The folks that come onto my stream have come to my stream because either we've met on someone else's stream, or their friend dragged them over here. I mean, we're pretty small potatoes over here. I'm kind of digging the chillness of it, but almost no one that comes onto this stream is like a stranger and just jumps in talking stuff. So to me, it speaks to the community aspect, and I'm more in it for that these days than potentially quitting the day job, which is I have found is through the months I've been on Twitch. There's a reason why most folks on Twitch aren't trying to quit their day job, because there's more to it than that. And I hope I didn't hijack the question.
No,
I
no,
think,
no,
yeah,
no.
I
That's
think
great. That's great.
for many people, including me, I think Twitch is a therapy from daily life. It's like, you go in there, it's supposed to be a safe space, and then you have your community. Don't matter how many people are there, it's like your therapy. There's no pressure to play live in front of people, which is like a whole different story, man. When I play live, it's the pressure is I'd compare it to a basketball game where you have to perform. But on Twitch, it's like you can relax, you can play whatever you want. I would, when I started this thing, I would be all over the place. I'd be playing all genres, and I think it's therapy for me. And I iterated there, Shannon, that your small community, despite being small, although it can get bigger, is is tight, and it's not bothering you at anything that's negative.
And I think that's where, again, the word fun comes in, because if you're not having fun, why are we doing this, right? We're not doing this for a living. To Ilkat's point, we're here to hang out with our buddies and friends, and I think that's what's fun. And even when on NBHD, when we do let's say the 12 days of Christmas, we had asked people to join because it's now the holidays are coming. It's a way for us to hang out at night, chat, friends, even some drinks. And I met a lot of people on Twitch. I met you guys. I hope to meet you guys in person soon. But we met a lot of friends on Twitch just through NBHD. So that's great.
You know what I love about Twitch too is I made so many friends in different cities that whenever I travel somewhere, I'm like, all right, who lives here? Let me go meet them up. Let's go hang out and have a drink or a boba or something.
Nice.
So wherever I go, I try to meet someone from the community. And also some of the DJs too. Like this is the one thing that I love about Twitch is how it connected every DJ. Like there's people that DJs that I look up to that I'm now friends with because of Twitch.
Wow.
Like DJ Miss Ninja, she's one of like my
Oh, I
favorite
love Miss
DJs. One of my favorite
you met
DJs.
her?
Yeah, and I remember seeing her. I went to a gaming convention, and she was DJing there. And then years pass by, and I see her on Twitch, and I'm like, oh my god, like I remember meeting you over there, and we became friends. And guess what? She actually came here to San Antonio because she had a gig, and we met up and hung out.
She hasn't been streaming on Twitch
She's
lately.
probably busy with
She's
big
busy.
events.
She's busy, yeah. But before, when COVID happened, she was heavy on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and I
so I was
remember.
glad that I got to meet her, and it's all because of this, of what we have here, you know.
Yeah. And I remember her rooftop streams on Twitch, right? So whenever she has a gig on, is that a hotel or something?
Erwin, yeah.
She's streaming on the rooftop. No, I love Miss Ninja. And you're right, meeting all you folks, and that's why we have this talk show, and just to know more of our friends, not just through chat or through Instagram or Discord, is to know more of you, and also some of the NBHD, or we call them the neighbors, our neighbors, to know you guys personally, just to get you out of that DJing and more of like talking and chatting with us.
And also, when I went to Hawaii, I met up with Don Famuina, and I ended up DJing on the beach with us. There was a group of us DJing on the beach.
He's huge in that. He actually do yearly or twice a year meetups on Hawaii.
Yeah. After that, I came a week after that meetup, and he still had a party on the beach, and we all got to DJ together. So Twitch is amazing. I love it for that.
Shannon, have you met anybody personally that you met on Twitch? And
No, not yet. That would require me to leave the house.
well, if you're in Philly,
I
call, right?
kind of like what Ilkat said. I know folks everywhere.
Yeah. So now folks everywhere. It's just probably like a whisper away, if you still do whisper, or a Instagram DM away.
Yes.
So I mean, so Shannon, I know I'm always amazed about your Instagram post. How important, and you put a lot of details on this. How important is branding for you on Twitch, and how do you go about establishing and maintaining your brand? What's your go-to?
Oh, are you talking like philosophically or a tech question?
Philosophically, yeah. What's your brand?
I
Well,
think
that will actually go to technical at some point, but yes,
I think that philosophically branding is the most important part. How many DJs are there? There was about, and don't quote me. My understanding is before the pandemic there's about 2,000 DJs, and at the end of the pandemic there's like 25,000 DJs on Twitch. Counting the ones that only stream once a month. Counting I think T-Pain counts as a DJ sometimes. But it's a crowd. It's a crowded. It's like going to it's like going to the flea market. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but just you go to the flea market and there's all kinds of stuff going on. All of it's good. What's gonna catch your eye? And one of the things that I really love about Twitch is there's no two streams that look alike. And even the ones that look alike are still different. As far as logos and icons and that, I think that's important because we're basically television. We're TV. We need to act like TV.
That's great. And I know one thing you always say, that NBHD has a good SEO. Although I did kind of help some of that, but I'm glad. I think you're the only one who kind of noticed that, the work that put there. It's not a lot of work, I'll be honest, but just that work that's put there. So I'm really happy to see that, because I think you know uh, how important it is to be found right now, right, on the internet. Did you do any
Uh,
SEO on your end? On your website?
I have tons of research. I have yet to execute, but um, I have yet to execute. Lots of research though.
The NBHD marketing is open right now, and we're looking for a lot of these researchers and doing a lot of metrics. If you want to come aboard, I'll definitely gonna take you. I can't pay you a lot though, but I can pay you with hugs and hearts. So if you're okay with that, I
Super
would
We
ask.
love
technical,
hugs
but
and hearts.
yeah, that's super technical. But for the audience who are not familiar, SEO is, correct me if I'm wrong, search engine optimization. Is that
Correct.
correct?
That's correct.
It's like, building your branding and your the words on your website and all that, and making it more searchable on the Googles and all that, right? And we're speaking of brands, so I have a question here that we kind of prepared. Do you think, I guess, Ali could start. Do
Mhm.
you think being a woman in the industry has influenced your brand identity in any way?
Not really. I mean,
You're just being you, right? Like
yeah, it's just being
that's
me.
you.
Yeah, I actually had my logo. I actually had that made on Fiverr,
Mm.
and I
Okay.
told him who I was and what I wanted to capture, and I told him, I'm hip hop culture all the way. So he made me that logo, and I was like, this is perfect, perfect. And I purposely put 3L so that people remember.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
was wondering about that. There was three L's
Because
in there.
because if you put two L's, you're just illcat. But if you put three L's, people tend to remember that. They're like,
The
oh, I
illest
spelled it
of
wrong.
the
Let me put
cats.
three. Yeah. But branding is so important. So important. Like everything. One of the biggest things as a streamer that people need to do is Google your name.
mhm.
And if your name does not fill up that search page, then you got to work on your branding and marketing.
Yeah, branding is so important that even in high school, these kids are being taught to create their own brand, their own identity already, because that's what's gonna come up in the future when they have trying to find jobs or looking for a college. So that's very important. So each of us here, we don't know it, but we already have our brand. It's just getting it out there. How about you,
Yeah.
Shannon? Any thoughts on how you built your brand? Because you're pretty much unique, but when I see you, this is Shannon. When you stream that, this is Shannon.
Yep. House of
Well,
Shit. Yep.
I mean, brand is as a person, I'm just being me. I made a commitment to just be me. As far as like the everything that surrounds it, we're actually about to rebrand everything. It's a coincidence, the timing. We've got two more streams this year, and then we're gonna go dark for a couple weeks, and we're gonna come out with a
Wow.
completely new, hopefully refreshing, updated, more accurate brand. Because when I started, like I mentioned, it was my third go around, and I know branding, I know look and feel and all of that, but I just slapped something together and it became the brand. I was like, oh, my brand is clip art. I need to work on that.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first on TGND. Watch out for the new House of Shannon. We're excited about that. Um, just to segue, Shannon, I know you're a bit you're part of the LGBTQ community. I know I asked about how a female DJ treated differently or perceived differently on Twitch. How about in that community? What do you think is there any obstacle that you're seeing or
You know,
any?
I see the opposite. The LGBT community on Twitch is super supportive. is likely a generational thing.
Mhm.
You know, I call them the youngsters. You know, it's are very accepting. You know, that's a big part of my longevity on here. It has been that. So it's a plus. It's a plus, I would say.
And NBHT has always been a big supporter
Always,
for
always.
that, because we have families that part of that community, and we always push, for this, because this is near and dear, at least on my family, close to my heart too. So and it's great that you're not seeing any adversity on Twitch. I know there are a few um streams that I went to that kind of have that, but I have not seen it on, at least on NBHD H2H Sundays or any of our raid trains. But it's something that we want to squash if there's any type of whatever animosity is happening on that. So that's great to hear.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate in that regard. And I'd say, I was gonna make a terrible joke.
Sure.
I
Do it.
no, I'm not going to.
No, come on, let's do it.
If the punchline is that you could pick your friends. And the whole NBHD crew, that whole family has been extremely supportive, and I really appreciate that. And it just, as I forgot what Sound Decision said a moment ago, but the family just keeps getting bigger, and I'm here for it.
What is your most memorable moment when during your Twitch streams? Any particular thing that you guys want to share with us?
Oh, okay, go.
So one of my chat redemptions. Well, first off, I'm from Houston. Okay, Paul Wall, Bun B, all that. So I have a grill. Okay,
I
and
saw that, yeah.
one of my channel redemptions is actually to put on the grill and for like 2 minutes. And I remember I had put it on, and someone in the chat made me laugh, and I almost choked. It like hawked back into the back of my throat, and I'm like, like on stream. Death Above remembers, like he's laughing. He remembers that.
Is there a clip?
Oh my
Somebody
god!
clipped it?
Yeah,
That's a
it was
disaster.
clipped, but it was clipped. I don't know where that clip is. I gotta find it. But man, like it was like the laughing stock for a while.
Talk about branding the rights. I think a lot of the streamers, when they have those redemption, they will come up with the most unique way to represent themselves on during those redemption. That's awesome.
Yeah, so mine is a grill, and then as far as branding goes, I'm known for my pugs. So I have like a channel redemption where I'll bring my pugs up during my DJ sessions, or hug them or kiss them or dance them around or give them a treat.
Is there an Ocho Ocho redemption?
No,
'Cause-
not yet.
You have to put that on.
Because
I do.
Boyji's asking, what's the history of Ocho Ocho? I know maybe Mr. Coops you remember,
know.
but
What is
what's
it?
the
Wait.
history?
Before we say the history, can we show the viewers what an ocho ocho is? Can we ask Ilkat to do a quick ocho ocho?
Oh
Do we have,
my
do we have
god!
music for that?
I didn't stretch my back.
Wait, I should have got it downloaded an ocho ocho music here, but
You can find it on YouTube.
can you find it
on
YouTube?
YouTube.
You can do it on a slow motion. This should tell
I
everybody.
I can't do it right. I look
Do
weird.
it,
I look like
do
an
it.
ostrich.
This is the ocho ocho dance.
You do this and then
So it's really the Filipino version of Miley Cyrus twerking. So a lot of Filipinos love that dance because of it became popular in the 90s, right? Is it 90s?
it was from that show, Wow Wow Wee,
What Ocho Ocho is
right?
yeah, Wawawi, and they have these dancers actually do that. So that's the Ocho Ocho. How about you, Shannon? Do you have any? What's your most memorable on the experience on Twitch?
I would have to say early days. I'm streaming to nobody, and a random name comes through named DJ506, and they're chatting. Oh, hey, what's going on? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And it might have just been no hit. It might have just been 506, and they said something like, this is too amazing. I'll be right back. And then like 5 minutes later, there was Mrs. 506 and my cousin 506. And literally brought his crew,
The family.
brought his family, and they're all related. And the next day, maybe the very next stream, that crew came and raided in, and that's been the crew ever since. I see my super mods are in the chat room right now. They've been along for the ride ever since, and I think about that moment often because it's interesting that it just takes one person to get the ball rolling.
That's awesome. Before I just want to do some quick shout out on the chat. We see a lot of our usuals here. I also see Shannon's mods, Just Me, Crystal, and Alley Cat. I know Just Me also do some sort of like a game show, talk show stream. So go follow her. Alley Cat has been on NBHD. She's the DJ. So go follow them. We got Samo Beats, Twitchblade. Who else is here? Dead from Above. That's Ilcat's mod, right?
Yeah.
Gus is here. Gus is on the chat. What the
Gus
heck are
is
you?
on the chat.
Well, you should be on the stage, dude. So what are you doing there?
He has time to come in because we got a couple of segments left.
Yeah, we got a couple segments. We're waiting for you on your segment. We got DJ Elms,
Virgil,
Virgil's there. Thank you guys for supporting us. Before we go to our next segment, anything that you guys want to ask our guests, because we're gonna go talk about things that are outside of Twitch. We call Beyond Neighborhood. We're gonna be more sports related today, but we will make sure Ali and Shannon, you have your perspective on it. We're gonna do a little bit of twist there, so it's more of sports, but there's more to it. Just stay tuned.
Why do I feel like I know where this is going on my end?
Well, we'll see if we're gonna do the wrestling, but
oh no, I thought we were gonna talk about UP basketball.
Oh well, since you brought that up, so
wow,
I almost forgot about that. Now you bring that up.
Oh man.
So to all Filipinos out there who's listening, did you guys know that Ali was courted by a UP Maroon basketball player in the Philippines? So I'm still trying to figure out who that player is.
So there's no names? Yeah.
Yes, there's a name, but I don't know what the last name is.
Yeah, I don't know his last name. It's Paul.
Paul. So the thing about
Paul Desiderio?
So
I don't know his last name.
That's my long lost cousin, I think. No,
let me see your ears. Maybe you have the same ears as him.
No, Paul
you
Desiderio,
remember the ears?
Probably 7 years ago, played in the UAA.
I remember the nose and the ears.
So just a quick fun fact there that who if you know a UP Maroon basketball player in the Philippines,
that's the only Paul I know from UP. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to our next segment called Beyond the Neighborhood. How do you like that? Well, this is where we talk about things outside of Twitch. I know we talk about a lot of Twitch related items with our guests, but we want this segment to talk. We want our guests to join us in this segment so we can talk about things that are outside of Twitch, just to shake it up a little bit. Pat, let's go. What's our topic for
Yeah.
this week?
So this week we're not gonna do the topic roulette because we're gonna focus on sports, and we're gonna try to tie this into the DJ industry. I don't know how easy that's gonna be, but we'll try to do that. Well, it's kind of a we're kind of late in the news cycle because we only do this every Monday. So a lot of stuff has happened from Monday to Sunday, and then we're coming in on Monday. But last week, this might be old news. Last week, Showtime Otani signed a $700 million contract to play baseball with the Dodgers, and I think this is a move by the Dodgers to get more people on seats because he's pretty popular right now. He's a lot of he has prodigy written all over him. But it was reported that of the $700 million, a lot of it or half, well, most of it is gonna be deferred towards the end of the contract. So in effect, he's just taking home $2 million for the next what 7 years, 7 or 8 years. He's taking home $2 million, and then that's like a player like Ken Griffey Jr., who's been out of the league for many years, is getting paid more than a guy who's playing. So just this is how it works. He's gonna get paid $2 million. The $68 million is gonna be deferred towards the end of the contract. So whatever they're doing, I don't know. It's a lot of money, Mr. Coops. And Gus, welcome into. If you have any takes on this is a lot of money.
$700 million, right? And I know on the golf world, there's 600 million from another guy, Brooks Koepka, right? So, can you imagine getting paid this amount of money? We're talking about generation money, right? Like my great 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 grandkids are all set, right? Can you imagine that?
Yeah, but the deferred thing bothers me. It's like they're betting on the future. It's like, all right, we're gonna sign this guy. We're not gonna pay him yet. We're gonna keep the money and try to grow it, betting that the sport gets more popular, the franchise gets more popular, or the value of the franchise, increases to a point that the 700 million will just be changed. And I know this for a fact in Major League Baseball, you're deferring money. You have to show that money to the league by showing them a screenshot, believe it or not, a screenshot of the bank account that you have 68 million. So all you got to do is transfer or borrow 68, show that screenshot, and then return the 68 million. So
But
there's kind of like, what are they doing? It's like that's a lot of money. But
but
golf is a huge Saudi Arabia, I guess,
right.
is
So
paying
I
athletes.
so I think right now there's been talks about these people getting paid by Saudi, but as you guys know, a lot of against it because of what happening with Saudi, right? So they like the killing that's happening there. That's why anything that's backed up by Saudi is kind of like a red flag for a lot of people, even supporting it. But going back to the deferred though, Shannon, if I tell you, oh, you know what, you're only gonna get 2 million. I'm gonna defer the rest in millions. Are you gonna complain about it?
It depends. It depends. I don't know how bad they get banged up in baseball,
I guess you're
but
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you're right. But right
if it
now,
was basketball and my understanding is that baseball pays higher than the other sports. I don't really know a lot about sports, but you know, the chart said $2 million for like the first 6 years, and then way down at the bottom at like 15 years from now, you're getting, the double digit millions. And there we go. I don't know how long do people last in baseball? I really don't know.
good point. Actually, there's a predicament here because Shohei Otani right now is recovering from surgery. So they don't even know if he's going to pitch next year. And they're supposed to owe him 700 million.
right. So Ali, on your end, right? You getting paid to DJ. Since we're talking about salary, I'm gonna go spin it off. I'm gonna try to spin it off to a DJ question. I mean, do you think DJs are paid enough?
You really have to set your price. You have to know your worth and set the right price. A lot of people try to lowball us because they think we just play music, that's it, but they don't see the amount of work that we put in, the amount of hours we put in to create their set playlists, the equipment maintenance,
Yep.
the setup, all that adds up, the travel. So yeah, it's important to set your price correctly. You don't want to set yourself too high, but then you don't want to be you don't want to set yourself too low. You got to know your worth.
That's true. I mean, setup is killer because I've been to one of Gus's and well, Gus, since you're here, can you say hi?
Hey, Gus.
Don't just sneak in there.
Hello, hello. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Ali.
Hello.
Sorry I'm late. Yeah, just got
That's
home.
it. Well, welcome, Gus. So just ran. How's your car? Car's good.
Shh. It's still in the it's still in the dealership.
I think he needs
so,
I think he needs the contract or part of it to pay for that the
yeah.
car repair.
You need a good contract to pay for that ridiculous car repair, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway,
He knows about setups.
yeah,
'Cause
because I went to Gus's setup, and we did this 2 high school prom. It was ridiculous how long it take to stand everything up and then put everything down, and that's why I do realize how difficult that is just to get all those lights and cables.
And the cable, you have to do it over under, okay? You just don't try to roll them
You told
in.
me to stick it up.
oh,
You,
Mr.
you
Coop is
told me to get
guilty
the
of
cable, so that's how I do the cable.
I think Mr. Coop is guilty of doing this.
I honestly I tell my husband like just let me do the cables because I have a
Uh,
specific way that I roll my cables and how I stack them in the bag. Like
uh,
Actually, copper is expensive, so we got to take care of our cables. So that's thus we have to learn how to
I
how to do
know.
the
Yeah.
over under thing. Put it on
All
the
right, what
poll,
else?
boy G.
my cables have like Ziploc bags that I put them in.
I gotta say, Gus's cables are well organized. Yeah, there's all the stickers and everything. Yeah, I just don't know how to fold them. I mean, to
To wrap
wherever you
them.
wrap
Since
it.
we're
Yeah.
since we're on the subject of cables, do you guys ever watch a DJ DJing and you're just looking at their cables like mine? Like, look how crazy mine all look right now.
Oh,
Oh man,
It would drive
and
me crazy.
shout out
I
to
think
Mike
yeah,
Frick though.
I
Mike
think
Frick is
Gus
here.
has a story about the Facebook DJ setups. And Gus, when you post a photo there, you get stuff, right? You get comment
Yeah.
on your
Yeah.
on how
Yeah.
good your cable management is.
Yeah,
Well, talk.
I guess there's a difference between wedding DJs and club DJs because on the wedding you have to be presentable, right? So I mean in the club, I mean, sheesh, they,
Well,
they wouldn't see it with the thing
I,
so high. So yeah.
we have
Shout
Mike
out to
Freak
Mike
here.
Freak.
Yeah, he's the best cable management I've seen on Twitch.
Yeah,
Right?
Nice.
I
Is
just
it
saw the new
stable?
chromas.
Yeah. Again, Mike Freak, if you can post where you buy those cables on the chat, please do so.
Oh,
Because
from DJ Tech Tools?
yes, I think that's
Yeah,
what he.
Yeah,
remember
that's where I got mine.
remember it was on sale, $2 or something. Yes, Black Friday.
I
So
want
we
to
should.
get some knobs from them.
Oh, knobs will be
Mhm.
fire. Yeah.
I got some knobs, but it's hard to put them on actually. I
Oh.
stopped. I didn't even bother doing it. So yeah.
So if we make money on this NBHD talk show, every NBHD I'll send them cables when they're when that has an NBHD color when they go on sale.
Shout out. Yeah, not shout out, but yeah, we're putting up our buy me a coffee link down there. If anyone wants to donate money to get people chroma cables right there. That's the
See,
donation link.
I
the
want
donation,
all. I want all the colors.
the donation goes to everybody on NBHD, right? Not just to us.
Yeah,
All right.
it's expensive to host on StreamYard, so that's one thing. All right. Are we still on sports? Because I can
Yep.
go through this quick. John Ram just signed a contract. It's also $600 million for the Live Golf tournament. And this one though, it's 300 million paid up front. So compare that to Otani's, he's gonna get paid half of it outright. And we also got the Chelsea Football Club. Man, they spent $1 billion on player transfers the past three transfer windows, which is a year and a half. It's crazy how much money sports has. But speaking of money, our neighbor Draymond Green from Saginaw, he's been on a down spiral. What is going on, Mr. Coops?
Uh, I don't know what's going on with that guy. I'm not sure if you guys know Draymond Green. To whoever are Golden State Warrior fans in the chat, he's out of control. I get it. Again, these guys. It's not only Draymond Green. I know there's something going on with Giannis, right? I guess my perspective here, and going back to how much we're paying these guys, right? How they act or react on the game that they play, that they love. They love this. They were kids. I bet you when they were young, they will die for the game, not even getting paid, right? So why are they acting like this? Like similar to DJing, you love it. It's your passion, right? And they're getting paid in millions. If you're gonna act like a baby or go out of control, you're not giving back to the fans. I guess that's where I'm coming from. What do you think, Gus, on that? You a fan of Draymond Green?
Nope. He's okay. Yep, but yep, I don't know. I don't watch the Warriors anymore. I don't even watch.
For those,
Was that?
yeah, for those who
I
don't
just
know,
know that yeah, Pistons is the only thing that I'm hoping we get a win, but that's it. Just
yeah,
one,
for
I'm
those who
happy.
don't know, Draymond Green has had a couple of incidences of physical or violent play inside the basketball court, and that is not acceptable in today's game. They're tying it to his history with growing up in Saginaw. Well, Saginaw being one of the most violent cities in the United States, and there's an article today that kind of does some background on, is it coming from his upbringing from Saginaw, or is it just him being a multi-millionaire and not being used to losing. So that's kind of crazy. uh Moving on, you mentioned Giannis also has been displaying childlike behavior recently in one of the games. And if you have the b-roll, Mr. Coops, in one of the games last week, he scored a franchise record 64 points. And tradition is, when you score a record, you get the game ball or the match ball that they used. Apparently, the Indiana Pacers had picked up the ball first before he did, so that got him irate. And then so he ran to the tunnel towards the locker, trying to retrieve the basketball. And apparently, the Indiana Pacers coaching staff got the other ball for their own player, because they also have a tradition of, when the rookie makes his first ever basket, he's given the basketball. But then apparently the rookie, this was his second basket because he already scored in the in-season tournament. And I think the Indiana Pacers were just doing this to taunt Mr. Giannis, because Giannis was like, piling on the points at the end of the game, despite, winning the game. But at the end, there was two basketballs. There was two game balls, two basketballs, and they could have had one each. So this was a silly incident.
Yeah, can you imagine that this argument come up for these millionaires, right? All of them are millionaires because of a ball. I mean, for me, I think I know these are branded as athletes, but they're also part of their contract is also as entertainers, right? Because they're on TV. They should also act as models to kids. Not just how they play the game, but also how they act. I think a lot of our kids look up some of these athletes. It's just unfortunate that when they see this, like they think they're also entitled to act like that. What can you, Ilkat? What do you agree on that? What can you say about that?
On how they're acting,
Yeah,
inappropriate. They're I feel like if you're in sports, especially if you're part of a team, you're a role model to people, and you shouldn't act that way, even if it's for publicity.
right. And Shannon, you mentioned how branding is critical, right? Do you see this as part of destroying their brand?
I wouldn't. I don't follow either of these sports, so I don't know how long these folks are in their career. But with everything being documented these days, if it's a one-off, then it's just a one-off. But if it's repeat behavior, then that's going to pile up.
Well, somebody mentioned that it's for publicity, right? Even you think right now you guys still believe that whether a news is good or bad is still gonna impact that person regardless in a good way?
I think that's giving folks too much credit. For me, it seems more likely that just the way that life plays out is what caused that incident, and more so than some folks last week over steaks and wine scheming this out.
Okay. All right. Pat, do you have any other news?
I th- I think that's it for now. We covered a lot of of these multi-million dollar contracts and behavior. So I think we got our point across about being an
Yeah.
athlete. And I think DJs are not like this.
Well, I'll tell you, DJs are the nicest people I've known. That's 100%. Yeah, every DJ that I've known in Twitch and in real life, they're the best. Well, speaking of the best, you two are the best. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
And
for having us.
I
Thank you.
hope it wasn't a waste of time for you guys to talk with us, but I hope you had a good time with all these questions. Um, it's it's hard to give an hour and a half with these bozos to talk to. I hope, and we're gonna get you back soon. But before we let you guys go, can you guys promote your shows? What are you doing, whether it's IRL or Twitch? I'm gonna start with you, Ali.
Sure. So I am on Twitch, and I'm also on Kick. Twitch.tv ILLLKAT. And it's the same name throughout all my socials. I'm really active on Instagram. So if you guys ever want to see what I'm eating or doing, it's usually on there.
So, by the way, Ali, you also do a cooking stream, right?
Yes. I haven't done one in a while, but they're coming back because I started doing low carb, no sugar, and I've been writing recipes. Like one of the things that I want to do is write a cookbook. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and that's the reason why I do a lot of food content too. So I'm gonna start making my recipes low carb, no sugar, and start streaming them. There's
Thank you.
ways, guys. There's ways. There's ways.
Thank you. So please, hit that follow. Twitch TV at Ilkat. That's Ilkat 3Ls. She's awesome. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Shannon, thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate you jumping on. Could you tell us what you're up to? Your show, what you're busy with?
Also, so we stream Monday, Thursday, Friday, 10:05 p.m. Eastern time for about 3 hours or so. We play house music, mostly like tech house, bass house, and some club bangers if we can get our hands on them. Just have a good time, hang out with the community, and no pressure, just hanging out, and a little bit of sometimes some CBD shenanigans.
That's awesome. Well, please watch the House of Shannon, Shannon Rocks Music on Twitch TV. Please follow her. All the bangers are out there. Thank you so much, Shannon. Again, both of you ladies, I appreciate you jumping on this show. Thank you, thank you. I hope to get you back on another episode of The Guys Next Door. Hope you had fun.
Thank you. It
Thank
was a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we're not done yet. We're still going to do the last. So this is the last segment of the show by Gus. So it's what the favorite called No Dumb Question. The only dumb question is the question that you haven't asked. Go ahead, Gus. What's the first question?
So we have the first question. Let me see. Mm, Okay, I guess let me pull from my list. Yeah, okay. So, have a question. So, what's a movie you can watch every day? Right. So let's go to the chat and let's
So
see
what? So what's the movie that you watch every day?
that you can watch every day.
I can start, right? So
Yeah.
my favorite movie of all time is Shawshank Redemption. Uh, I can watch that every day for some reason. It's a little bit long, but that's a movie that I know I can watch every day. How about you, Pat?
Oh, do I have to answer? I'm a victim of what's current, and we started. This is not a movie, but it's like a movie. We started watching Lupin, the
Ooh.
French series.
Oh, Armana San.
OMG!
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
I thought that's a cartoon.
No,
that
well,
is.
no,
It could have been,
yeah,
but it's from a book, a
it's
French
actually
book. It's
it's actually
actually
good. Yeah.
it's a good series. I think it has a great start. We're not finished with the first season. It's not a movie again, but I could watch it every day. And obviously, Ted Lasso, we could do that on repeat because that's the most feel good TV series that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can attest both of those are good. So I finished Ted Lasso, big fan, and also I'm done with Lupin the 3 seasons. Yes, Gus, it's a cartoons, but the cartoons also based on the book, on a novel. So
Uh,
this one is a French version.
Yeah, Gus, you gotta start it. Just
oh,
check out the first, and then and go from there.
yeah. Yeah, we got people in the chat says Ilkat Ratatouille. Oh, that's good. Yeah. DJ Elm, some
Ratatouille.
kind. Yeah. DJ Elm, some kind of wonderful. Is that a song? Or I
Some
haven't
kind
I
of
haven't watched
wonderful.
that. Yeah.
This
Who stars on some kind of wonderful? That's an old movie, right?
it's an 80s romantic movie, isn't it?
Uh,
I like and Just Me Crystal said Annie.
uh,
Have you watched the
nice.
new Annie? That's actually not bad. The one with what's his name? Uh, shoot, the new one that they built. Actually, that was on TV. That's actually great too. Um, Game of Thrones. I'm gonna say, I don't know if anybody here is not a fan of Game of Thrones. I think that's not a movie, but I think that's something that you that I actually I plan to watch from the start again, just to you know watch it back.
Yeah, Some Kind of Wonderful is a 80s rom-com
Mm.
starring Leah Thompson. I guess she's the most heartthrob artist on that movie. DJ Elms. Yeah, that's his everyday movie.
That's awesome. So another question and remember the chat can ask us any question. We have no dumb question. Any question that's worth asking, rip it away. I think that our chat is still, shy of asking us questions because
Mhm.
I don't know if they think they're gonna answer it stupidly or we don't know how to answer it.
So
We're gonna try to answer it
there's
no
a
matter what.
I got something. There's a question from the producers. The producers are asking, what is that chair behind Gus on his camera left or on his right? There's a chair
Oh, that
behind him
one?
that
That's a
it looks
massage
like a
chair.
spaceship. What is that?
That's a massage chair. Yeah.
So
You can
so
sit on it and then
we got producers behind the scene that help us do the whole show. So they're asking that question. Yeah, you guys, that looks like something that could launch you somewhere. Do you even use
yeah.
that?
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
producers are egging us and asking, what does it massage? What particular body part does it massage?
It has an S drive, it goes to a curve like this all the way down here, like down here. So
Only at the back, right?
yeah, even your butt, man.
Yeah, your butt is in the back. I mean, can you do
Uh,
it front facing? Have you tried doing it front facing? See if it's the same result.
Don't give him
not
ideas.
really. That's not the good thing because there's two rollers in there, and then that goes like that, and it squishes you like that, like sats you. So yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Put it on the poll, boy G. Can you use a massage chair facing the massage chair? Can you use a massage chair facing the massage chair?
Yeah, that's gonna be So I have there's a question here. Somebody can put it up from Ilcat. This is a question that's being asked multiple times. Any plans of doing an NBHD IRL meetup? So
Jeez.
Ilcat, I'll answer that. There are plans, a lot of plans. We just can't figure out when to do it. So there are options, right? There were that were thrown. There were options to go to Chicago. There was one though that we're contemplating, and maybe the chat can help us decide or the next couple episodes. So as the NBHD, we researched a few places. There's one that we actually book, well, not book, but more of like kind of figure out a hotel in Mexico that that they could host a lot of people and also set up some sort of a stage for us to do a mini festival. So that was something that's been thrown out. We haven't really finalized it. People saying that it's a good idea, uh, and they can bring their families and make it a vacation. But we'll know more about it soon. But that's probably one that's been thrown out. There's the short trips to go Chicago, it's just halfway. So hopefully you know, we can plan out something soon.
I like the idea, and I, it's inevitable. I think it's gonna happen. We just gotta put the plan down and do it.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Are the Eagles winning?
Producers,
Producers, do you guys know the score? So I'm here, with my Jalen Hurts jersey, missing the game. Can you believe it? This is the guys next door that the Eagles play on a Monday, which is weird. I can't remember that they played Monday.
10-10, tied.
So I heard it's a tie. All right.
Um,
Third quarter though, so maybe you can catch the last half of the fourth.
Yeah, I can't miss that because I love watching with Grace. Grace just screams the hell out, when we're watching. So that makes it more fun for me when we're watching together.
I
All
do
right.
want the Seattle to win though.
No,
Uh,
you're not gonna. Yeah, well, come on. So Gus is rooting against the Eagles because of the Lions, right? So they want the number one seed. That's the reason why he's rooting for that.
But hey, if you win, we get the what's that? We do get the I think
The
we're in the
tiebreaker.
playoffs. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I
We
think we're
clinch it.
both in the playoffs,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I think it's the number one seed to
I
get the
think Mr.
combined.
Coops needs the
Yeah.
massage chair because he's not comfortable with the 10-10 scoreline. The Lions deserve something. It's since 1963 we haven't been
Yeah.
on a successful playoff run. So
Yeah.
that's 50 what? Almost 60 years. That is incredibly bad. So people of Michigan are rooting for them this year. I hope. Well, I hope they make it. I'm not a big Lions fan, but I hope they make it.
Well, I'll see you guys in the playoffs. So hopefully. Any other questions? Any other questions from the chat?
I don't see anything, but if
Well,
you have one,
I don't have one, but we ran out of time. So glad to cut it short, guys. We're on the top of the hour. Thank you again for watching this episode of The Guys Next Door. I'd say we're getting better. We're getting a lot of good guests. If you have anybody that you want us to guest, please feel free to reach out to me, Boy G, Gus, or Sound Decision, so we can get them on the show. This has been great so far. And like I always said, fun is the key word. We're having fun here, so we're going to be continuing doing this. Thank you again to Ali and Shannon for guesting. And it was what do you think, Pat? It was a great discussion about, female DJs and other topics that came out, right? So very,
yeah,
very good
it's great to
conversation.
have them. Every week we got new topics, and it's always a lot of gears to pull. So I'm so happy that they're able to make it. I'd also like to thank people behind the stream, Urban Bandits. He's on my ear right here. He's been on the ear, and he's been helping us out. DJ Grace also is back there. Producer Way is our AI producer. Thank you for being here. Boy G, thanks for taking care of the mod stuff and the polls. And I hope we're not forgetting anyone.
Yep. Thank you all. I would like to thank you, all our listeners. Thank you, guys. This is not going to work if you guys are not there supporting us every Monday. And we promise you guys that every week we're going to make this better, and just keep tuning in. Thank you so much. These are the guys. High five, Gus. High five. High five, Tanisha. Thank you so much. Gus will promise next week he's not going to be late. Thank you so
I
much,
know, I know, I
everybody.
know.
And hope to guys see you again next week. Next week's it's Christmas, right? Yeah, Christmas next week. We're gonna try to guess the OGs of NBHD. Watch out for that. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
baby. Yeah.
Boy G, can we read out to Big Daddy?
Oh yeah, baby.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.